Welcome back to Can We Steal You for a Minute? Tyler and I are going to be breaking down episode 6 of Matt James' season of The Bachelor tonight. So here we are. We're going to steal you for just a minute.
Yeah, I'm going so good too, Maggie. I hope you're doing good. So,
I'm great.
it was a really good episode overall. And one thing we haven't been saying is if you like The Bachelor and you enjoy listening to us, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're like really booming right now. We have like double-digit subscribers. So we're hoping we can get a few more and a few more people that can enjoy the show with us and maybe even add to our show. So make sure you subscribe.
The push to 20 subscribers.
Yeah, here we go. So to start off in episode 6, we get the MJ and Josinia 2-on-1.
Yeah, I would like to point out that the 2-on-1 since the start of coronavirus and doing the show in the bubble, the 2-on-1s are a lot different, and I really miss leaving people on islands and that kind of stuff. But we really get through these 2-on-1s really quickly, which is a nice thing.
There was nothing better than when they'd go into the forest and then just leave one of them in the middle of the forest.
One of them gets left looking into the sky. I really miss that. Like
there they go. The two of them walk away from the one, just like, man.
Yeah, there's like some core things that you miss of like regular Bachelor, and that's definitely one of them. We don't get that sad moment anymore. But this 2-on-1 was heated. They were going at it. MJ was not happy. Justinian was like, I know I'm right, so this is gonna work in my favor. So, and that's pretty much what happens. MJ gets left on the island. Not a lot to unpack there other than.
Yeah, I wrote that when MJ was crying, and then she said she had a weak bitch energy moment.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I feel like she knew she was done. Like she knew when she was crying that she was done.
Yeah, I think she knew the whole time, and she was like trying to talk herself out of like knowing what she had done, but it just wasn't working. So yeah,
I've never heard that term, weak bitch energy.
Well, that's because you don't want to have weak bitch energy. You don't.
No,
that's not what anybody wants. So we don't really like talk about that. But she had that. We've all had that moment. We just don't really talk about them.
Yeah, and I also wrote down that Matt pulled up like right off the bat in that red car, and that red car was like insanely cool. I don't know what it was, but it was insane.
Yeah, he pulls up in nice cars every time. I wrote down later on in the show, like he pulls up in the G-Wagon. I was like, where are they getting these cars from?
Those were sick. That had like some really cool sterling silver thing in the front, and it was just amazing. Like I'm not into cars at all, but those were freaking sweet.
Yeah, they weren't playing around with him. They're like, if he's gonna have to drive up to the bubble all these times, we might as well make it look good.
So when one thing I wrote down is he always asks, or all of them always ask, can I walk you out? Like if I was MJ or just any, I'd just be like, nah, let's just say goodbye right here. Like I'll hug you, and then I'm gonna walk away because it's just an extra 45 seconds of walking awkwardness.
Yeah, and they were like really awkward. Sometimes it's like nice where they like have a conversation and end it, like, but they didn't say one word. He like awkwardly walked out, like holding onto her hip, and then she got in the car and left. Like no words were spoken. It was
that is exactly what happened. It was so weird. I would just not be down for that. If somebody sent me home, I'd be like, I appreciate it, but let's just hug right here. Good luck.
I walked in by myself. I can walk out by myself. Thank you.
So the next thing I wrote down was that I forget who it was, but they were holding their rose that they had. I was like, man, the girls have to literally hold that damn rose all night.
Yeah,
like the guys just have it on their chest. I would hate holding that rose. I would pick the petals off and I would be messing with that. I'm so fidgety. That rose would not exist by the end of the night. I'd be breaking off the stem and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens. I'm sure they have roses and roses on deck for like because it's like it's a rose. They're just
Yeah,
gonna like
it's a rose.
it's a rose.
Maggie has that rose every week, but it's just not showing it. She just holds
Yeah,
it the whole
I
time.
just hold it and play with it.
It makes her feel like she's part of it.
Yeah, so that's I just like play with it. So that's probably what they would do. So they probably have like roses and roses on deck, like to make them look nice and throughout the night. But yeah, the dudes get to just wear them and don't have to worry about it. That's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, that would suck to hold it. I just couldn't. So then we get to the ceremony and we lose Maggie, Brittany, and I wrote curly haired girl that cried
Yes,
because I
that
didn't
was.
remember her name.
I can't remember. Was that? Um. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, she was gone. But I was so sad about Maggie. I was like, no, like we did not get to see enough of her. Like, and every time we saw her, it was gold. Like, I just wanted more. And I was really sad to see her go.
They
Or
should
at
have
least
showed
like a
her.
one-on-one.
They should have showed her getting in a pumpkin to leave,
Oh yeah, that would have been pure
paddling
gold. I
away.
loved her. I hope that we see her again. Like it's on a let point, but we need more Maggie in our life.
I was surprised about Brittany. I liked Brittany. Oh, there's Luna. First appearance of Luna
There's
today.
Luna. She's mad I'm not playing with her ball. So yeah.
But I liked Brittany, and I thought she didn't really get a chance. But it's kind of just the way it is because she showed up late.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all
Okay.
that drama for really nothing.
Yeah, and then while all this is going on, all of a sudden Serena C gets mad at Katie and starts that whole drama saga. I'm like, it's just one after the other this season. Like, we can't ever just have a moment of chill. Like we ended MJ and Jasenia, and she's like, all right, now it's my turn to be the villain. Like they're just like claiming spots as we go.
I literally didn't even understand what she was mad at Katie about. It
I
made
didn't
no
either.
sense to
I'm
me.
like, first of all, who are you coming out of nowhere? Like, and now you're just mad. But no, I agree. Katie has never. She's played the role she's had in the best way because usually when you go to the lead about something, it never ends well for you. And she's never been like out to get anyone. She's never really said anybody's name. She's just like letting him know like what we're living in is not okay and
Yeah.
that something needs to happen. And then Serena just got mad. I don't know what they're all going crazy in there. So
Yeah,
whatever.
even Kit said, like, why is Serena even mad? And that was exactly what I wrote down as she said it. I was like, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Why is anyone mad? I don't
Yeah,
get it.
what is there to be upset about?
Who cares? Like, I just feel like this is her being mad because she's not at the forefront of the show. I don't know. It seems really stupid.
Yeah.
So then we get, I guess you tell me, what did you have written down? We go to the one-on-one.
They like tease the Heather
Yeah.
Rowan. And she just shows up and Chris Harrison doesn't know and yada yada and it's annoying and we get a couple teases of that throughout and then I have the one-on-one with Miss Piper.
Yeah, if you were Hannah Brown, couldn't you have told Heather just a little bit earlier so she could have shown up on the show a little earlier? It's like
This
it's
is
kind of
what
too late.
I have so many thoughts on this. Like this whole like half of this episode, everything with Heather could have been like an email. Like we could have figured this out beforehand. We didn't need all of this. It's like literally like when you go to the staff meeting, like all of this could have been an email. Y'all could have. Heather is best friends with Hannah. Hannah's best friends with Matt. Y'all could have figured this out. This does
Yeah,
not need to be on TV. So I don't know if they like needed footage. I don't know. It's annoying, but that's what's happening. So
I have a feeling
inconvenient.
they have stuff like that all the time, but they don't use it sometimes. Like when last year when Tasha showed up, they probably had a bunch of footage of her showing up that they didn't use,
Yeah.
but they must have just had to fill a little bit more.
And yes, I agree. And I just feel like Heather is like the last person I would have thought to show
Hmm.
up. And like out of all the people in Bachelor Nation, like this situation we're talking about, of all the people in Bachelor Nation, they pick Hannah's one of her best friends. Like they could have picked someone obscure and it would have made more sense. But this is like someone who could very easily have a direct line to Matt outside of going on the show.
Yeah.
Like no, like they hang out all the time. So I don't know. They could have picked someone who wouldn't have quite such an easy way to get to Matt outside of filming on The Bachelor. So it's just such a setup. I feel like very annoying.
I don't know. I mean, we'll get to it later. I don't know. We'll just skip to Matt and Piper's one-on-one.
Okay. This is when he pulls
So
up in the G wagon.
yeah, this is when he pulls up in that second insane car of the day.
Yeah.
So I feel like their relationship is kind of like him and Rachel's. Just like right off the bat, they just like get along perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
They're like joking around, and he's like walking her in the dark and saying like, "Watch out for snakes," and she's just like laughing,
just, like, having fun. You could tell.
And I would have been screaming. Yeah,
yeah, no.
They just seem really happy.
No, yeah, I agree. There's just like it just seems like easy for them like to be hanging out, especially when they're at the county fair in the middle of the woods, which is what everyone wants to do.
Yeah, I wrote it's the Carnival in the Woods reminds me of a horror movie.
It does. That's what it reminds me of too. I would love it, but in the woods it's kind of freaky. And it's like dark. No.
It's dark and I bet it's really buggy. I wonder if it is. And I bet there was no one there. There was like no one handing you tickets or like handing you balls. Like so think about how weird that is. Isn't that creepy?
Yeah, they were just doing
I was super creeped out by that.
I'm sure there's like 1,000 people we didn't see, but it's very creepy the way.
Well, they probably couldn't be though because of Rona.
Well, I mean, like cameramen and producers.
Yeah.
Behind the camera. But...
Yeah, and then I said I would have like taken every prize if I was the only one there.
Yeah, he was like, "We get whatever we want," and you're just like,
"Yeah, good." Rachel got all those clothes. I get 75 prizes.
Yeah, I get the 45-cent stuffed animals from the wall.
Yep. And then I said Matt seems to be really into Piper, and I think she's probably a top 4 candidate pretty easily.
I agree. I think he's really into her. When they kiss at the end, she got the romantic music in the background. That's always a good sign. It wasn't like the dum dum music. It was so good things are happening here. I don't know if she's number 1, but she's definitely going to be up there.
The band that came on, I've never heard of it. It was like Tamakala Road.
Yeah.
Something like that. I always feel like those would be so weird, just like walk in and see a band. Most likely I don't know who they are, don't know the words. We're not all Ashley P out here who dated the band members.
I love how he's like, yeah, we got to listen to Temecula Road. Matt, you've never in your life heard of this band, and you don't act like you know who they are.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know these people. I don't know this song. Wasn't it Ashley that sang all the words to the song the one date? I want to say the good-looking girl who dated the singer who was singing.
Oh, that was Victoria.
Victoria, that was it.
Yeah. But he was an actual big name artist. Like I knew who that was like right away. But these people, nobody knows who they
are. Hey, they were good.
They were good. It's just like just random. All the obscure bands on The Bachelor. I love it.
So also this week, I know Maggie found out on accident who the next Bachelorette is. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I wrote down that Piper would be my pick, my first guess at who would be next Bachelorette. But I don't want you to tell me. That's just my first guess.
Do you want me to tell you like when it becomes relevant or just wait till
when it's announced?
Okay. Yeah.
Just when everyone knows. Then we go on to the group date, bowling and the buffet. I thought the spread was amazing. I would have been just excited for all that food.
Yeah, it looks like a fun date. I mean,
everyone really sucked at bowling, like really fucking bad.
Relatable. I like
Yeah, I'm
admitting
awful
to.
too. I
So
would have fit right in. I would have been the king of the bad bowlers. But I don't think I would do as many gutter balls. Like they were guttering like crazy.
yeah, yeah. I actually went bowling this weekend, and I didn't do that bad. No gutter balls there. They were not thriving.
What was your
So,
score?
uh, honestly, I don't know, but it was like 100. Like not
Oh
good,
yeah. That'd be probably be my average.
but
Um,
nothing good.
I also noticed that they were going 5 versus 4, and they had no bowling etiquette at all. Like the first shot they showed of them bowling was them both walking up and bowling
Together. Yeah.
simultaneously. It's like that's the only rule in bowling. Don't bowl at the same time as the person next to you.
Yeah.
The only rule. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
None of the real bowling stuff was there, but they were doing it and they were not good at it.
And then we got the Bloom Bombshells. We're down like 200 pins or whatever,
I
and made
know, and then
an
they came back.
insane comeback. I want to say they were down 200. I don't remember exactly, but then all of a sudden it was a 4-pin game
Yeah,
with
it was
one
like
bowl left.
there's no
And then
way.
when the what was it, the pink flowers when they won, I wish they would have like put their hands in and said, "Who do we appreciate? Blue Bombshells, Blue Bombshells." Just absolutely shit on them. Like you guys lost.
Yeah, it was not. And then they do the whole, only the winners can come, and then they all end up going, and it's just a classic Bachelor move right there with the bowling date.
Before
There's always a bowling date, I feel like.
before I comment on that, I wrote down if you want to be married to the Bachelor, most likely you're going to get a bunch of group dates. If you're really athletic, you're going to win a lot of group dates and get more time,
Hmm.
and then probably stick around. That's more chances at roses.
Yeah,
So if you're athletic, go on the Bachelor. You might go far.
you might get some good chances here.
Yeah, yeah. So
The whole
then
the
go
whole
ahead.
time that it was going on, I just like was waiting for Serena C to just like explode with her Katie nonsense, and I was just shocked that it never really got too crazy the way it seemed like it was going to. But I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it to happen. But it
Um,
wasn't.
the group of girls that won and Matt, it was Chelsea, Jessenia,
Hmm.
Serena P, and Michelle. And I was asking you what Serena P, what was her ethnicity, because I knew like she was Indian or something. You said she was part Indian. So I think that might be the first group we've ever had all together that were all minority people on
Yeah.
The Bachelor. And the only reason I'm pointing that out is because I was just recently watching Survivor, and the two winners, it was an African American girl and an African American man. And the girl was like, "Hey, Jeff Probst, why didn't you say that it was the first time ever?" And he was like, "Honestly, I didn't think about it."
Yeah.
And it's just like something I don't even know if I should say it anyway. And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna say it because I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
You
that's
you like
another
never
like
see that."
yeah, that's definitely an iconic moment in Bachelor Nation because Bachelor always gets the rap of the Bachelor oh
Hmm.
so white. Everyone always says. So I think we're making a push this season for
Hmm.
much more diversity. So yeah, that is. I'm sure that's the first, or probably definitely is the first time where we've had a group of people that are
Yeah, all
all
5, including the
minorities.
Bachelor or Bachelorette. Like
Yeah,
that's a big group.
yeah.
And then it immediately gets taken away when he invites all the white girls back.
All the rest of the
And then I wrote down that everyone's saying that they're falling for Matt. And I mean, who wouldn't? Obviously, I already did. But it's like
thing.
he's in a tough spot. I feel like there's 11 girls. 11.
Mhm.
Like that's so many. They'll be hearing that from 11 different people.
Yeah, I know, and it's I think even this season more than ever because we've just seen drama so much. We've seen like nothing. It just seems like they're coming out of nowhere with like I'm falling for you. It's like, but when did you guys spend time together? Like I'm confused. Like how's everyone
Yeah.
falling for you? But yeah, everyone's saying it. I think he's just I mean, he already said it too, so it's just kind of flying all across the board. So
Yeah, they're happy, I guess.
yeah,
So then we get to we get to Matt meeting Tyler. He gets to talk to
yes,
Tyler.
Tyler C is in the house. I was so excited.
Yeah,
I'm
I know
so
you love Tyler. I
I
don't.
love
He's cool. I like Tyler.
I love like I do like Tyler a lot, but I just like love their friendship. Like I think they're so fun and just like all the quarantine stuff they all did together and stuff was just so fun and so I was so excited to see them together. We had to know that whatever Tyler was going to do when he came was going to be shirtless because Bachelor just couldn't give up that opportunity to have countless minutes of shirtless Tyler C on everyone's TVs. So
Thank God.
they definitely capitalized on
And
that.
right when Matt introduces like who he's going on the date with, which was Katie, he was like, "She's the girl that brought in the cactus-sized vibrator."
Dildo
I was
girl.
like, I was like, what a way to describe that. The
Yeah,
cactus-sized vibrator. Good for you,
she's
Katie.
forever going to be known for her entry, and it's iconic. It's iconic.
Shout out to Dildo Girl. So now we go to Dildo Girl's date. And they start off, they're gonna do a prank on Tyler, who's getting a
Getting a
massage.
massage. Yeah, in the
I was
hotel
like,
room.
I would be so good on this date. Me and Maggie, just me and Maggie alone, we would do work on this date way
Yeah,
better than they did. It was like they were so mild and not that funny. We would have
yeah.
been amazing.
I think yeah, it was hilarious, and I just like loved. I don't know that it was like the best like date situation, but it was like they were having fun. Like Matt was
Hmm.
laughing so hard. Like it was just like a fun situation, but I feel like it really put like friend vibes for Katie,
Yeah,
which
big
which I think
time.
that's already where their relationship was at was like more friends than anything because that's just kind of the role she's played for him is like having his back, looking out for him, looking out for what's going on in the house, and just like so I feel like it really like capitalized on her friend zone to go on this sort of date. But they had a lot of fun, so I feel like there's no
Yeah,
bad feeling about
right
that.
when I like started watching them laughing together, I wrote Katie is going home. She's in the friend zone.
Yeah, friend zone hard,
It was
real hard.
instant. You could instantly see it. Like they obviously were happy and having fun together, but
Mhm.
that not romantically. It just was like y'all
Yeah,
friends.
it's just not there. Yeah, and that's fine. I feel like what a way to go out, like hanging out with Matt, pranking Tyler C, getting to watch Tyler C that whole time, and then you just go out that way. Like that's
Yeah.
there's no bad blood, no bad way to go out, no better, no worse way than that. So, but yeah, it
No.
was definitely all friend vibes.
So that basically is the end of the episode, except for we get like the Heather build up.
Yeah, I can't believe this is going into another episode. Like I want. She's not gonna stick around. It's just not
There's
what.
no way he gives her a rose, right?
I mean, if he, I don't think so. And it's like he even seemed so confused when she walked in. Like Heather, like why are you like kind of like we were talking about. Like you could have texted me this before. You could have literally put this in the email before I came on The Bachelor, and we could have figured this out. Like, why are we doing
Yeah.
that? And just like laughing about it. So I don't know. She looked beautiful, that's for sure, but this is not it. It's not. This is not it.
She looked like she was going crazy in her hotel room, which I would be
She
too.
probably
But
was.
she was going insane.
I would be. I can't. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other thing you want to say about the show before we get to our final four picks?
um, I don't think so. I don't actually remember why I wrote it. I just had a Abigail appreciation comment that I felt like I wanted to add. So I was appreciating Abigail for something at the end, but I appreciate her every time she's on my screen. I
Yeah.
really, really love her so much. So just That was it.
So my final four this week now is Michelle, Rachel, Piper, and Bree. And still number one is Rachel, and there's no number two because she's winning.
No number two. Okay. My top four. I am not getting your names stuck in my head. Michelle, Rachel as well, Abigail, and Piper are my top four.
So pretty close to the same, except mine's right and yours is one off. So.
Oh, and I think the winner. I'm taking my winner as Michelle.
But you have more information than I do because you know who the next Bachelorette is, and I don't. So you have an advantage over me.
I do have a little bit of an advantage, but I won't use it against you.
Yeah. Well, I want to know so bad, but I don't even watch next week's episode preview, so I don't want to know yet. I don't want another Rachel situation where we know and then 4 weeks later she's still on the show and finally goes. It's like, well, what a waste.
Yeah. It was that was ridiculous. That was stupid. And she was like a solid person in the show. So it was like really screwed some things up, which was so stupid.
Yeah, she got to the final four. She went out at 4.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
And they told us at like 9.
Yeah. That was dumb, but whatever. I will say, the only thing I'll say is I am very excited about I'm mad. I'm very mad that I saw it early, but I'm very happy about who it is. So
okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
So it's not Queen Victoria. We know that.
It is not. That's ABC. I hope they will not be that stupid. I don't think we ever want to see her again on our screens. She's definitely gonna take over Women Tell All, and after the final rose. But after that, she's gotta go. We need her to go.
I don't know if the girls will even let her take over Women Tell All. Like, just shut up. You don't matter. Like, your opinion doesn't matter. So, is there any news this week that I don't know?
There is some news. It's a light load this week. It's a light. Besides things that are spoilers, I feel like there's been a lot of spoiler crap to come out. But the little news I have is that, which is something I just announced a couple weeks ago, Peter Weber and Kelly Flanagan were spotted this weekend at Super Bowl together, appearing like to be very much together. So
wow.
I don't know if they're working on things or whatever is happening, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get some more solidified news about Peter and Kelly coming up. Maybe they just needed some time apart. So that's
Peter seems like he needs a lot.
Peter needs to figure it out, and Kelly needs to decide if she wants to be along for that ride. So that's a
that was a weird one. I liked Peter, but man, it was such a weird season. He had so many good people to pick, and I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, it's like a weird ongoing season. He just keeps going through the people. So
yeah, and he seemed to like Kelly so much from the start. It was like almost destined, and then it wasn't. Yeah. I really didn't understand the season. It was weird.
Yeah, it was all over. He was all over the place, and still seems to be. So I don't know. He just finally settled in and moved to New York. So I don't know if that was a stressful situation, but maybe they can figure out whatever they're doing. But they were very much looking together at Super Bowl festivities this weekend. So, which is crazy. Like Bachelor is always super involved in the NFL like Super Bowl world, and I think that's just like such a random crossover. But
yeah, that is weird.
Anyway, it's so crazy. But there's a lot of Bachelor action in Tampa this weekend. So
what else?
Just like there was a whole Bachelor group of like Bachelor guys on a football team that they do like the NFL like hosts.
Oh yeah,
like beach football. Like they had a big football team going on. Jason Hardick. It's well known that he's like very good friends with Gronkowski, so he was doing a lot with Gronkowski, and it's just I don't know, just like weird crossovers that you would never expect from Bachelor Nation that that were kind of crazy this weekend. So
Yeah, that's fun.
yeah, we love a fun crossover, unexpected crossover.
And that's all the news. Dang, that is light.
Yeah, it was just really just the Peter situation. Oh, I was gonna tell you that I know I talked about the Jed situation last weekend. Um, since then, Dylan has redacted his statement, so it's pretty clear that ABC probably put like millions of dollars in front of his face and said like, "You're under contract, like you can't be saying this stuff." And Jed has yet to his like podcast page is still up in blank, so there has been no follow up to all the producer crazy stuff that came out last weekend. So keep you
Wow.
posted.
And that information was that he did not have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah, he
That
didn't.
was
Yeah, they were saying that he didn't have
Jed.
a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and Dylan was talk. His like overarching situation was that the Bachelor production is not healthy, and they make the cast members do things that aren't actually true for stories, and that led to him saying that Jed didn't actually have a girlfriend, and Jed was going to come out with this big podcast to address it, and it's still, there has been no podcast, and Dylan had to make a statement going back on his statement. So I don't know what happened there, but it seems like some money might have been put on the table there by ABC to get
Yeah,
some
that's
big
interesting.
bucks.
We'll probably never find out that even if he starts his podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep an eye out. Keep you posted if I see anything. But that's all I got for this week.
All right. Well, then that's our show. Make sure you like the video if you like it and dislike it if you dislike it. And subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more. We'll be back each Tuesday or Wednesday with our Bachelor recap. And then we'll probably be doing like those other Bachelor shows too that Maggie watches
Yeah,
that I'm going to have to watch from now.
yeah, we gotta get Tyler on board with all his Bachelor stuff. All of it.
Paradise or whatever.
Paradise. There's nothing like Paradise. Nothing like it. This
There's a
year's
lot
gonna
of good,
be this year's gonna
yeah.
be lit in Paradise because they have so many seasons of people to go for since we missed last year due to the virus. So I'm pumped up. I'm geared up for August for Paradise this year. I hope that it can happen.
Maybe twice the number of people. A super paradise.
Super Paradise. I don't know how will they narrow down people since Peter Weber since Hannah's season. We haven't had, or no, I guess there was one for Hannah. So since Peter Weber's season, there hasn't been a Paradise. So that's a lot of big, big characters to put in one spot. So we'll see how that works out.
Yep. Well, thank you again for watching. Can we steal you for a minute? And we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Bye.